my name is Caitlyn Wolter and I'm a senior at Grand Valley State University. I'm going to be talking to you guys a little bit about how to prepare for your first day of college classes, giving you guys some advice on whether you are in person or you are virtual, on how to make the best first impressions, how to feel prepared, and ease those first day stresses as a freshman. Okay, my first tip for those who are in person, make sure that you find your classes prior to your actual first day. I think one of the biggest stresses I had my freshman year, and I know so many other people did too, was getting lost in your first day. Campus is big, so are some of the classes, and the buildings can get confusing. So take some time to walk campus, find your buildings. A lot of times the buildings are unlocked 5 days before classes even start, so you can actually go in and find your actual classroom, and you can actually walk the route of where you're going to your class from one building to the next. The nice thing is sometimes you have 15 minutes between classes and sometimes you have an hour, so you can kind of see what food places are on the way, whether you have time to get coffee or a direct route to get you from your class within 10 minutes. So this really helps ease those first day jitters of feeling that you're not going to know what classroom you're going to, and that way the first day you're not scrambling looking for buildings or looking for your classroom. You'll know exactly where you're going, and it's the one thing that can be off your mind that day. My second tip is to, prior to your classes beginning, check out the courses on whatever website your university uses to see if there's any readings you need to do or any things that you need to print out. Most of the time your first week is syllabus week, so it's really just going over your syllabus, meeting your professors, meeting your fellow students, and going over class expectations, but just make sure that there was any prior reading, other information that you need to know prior to class. That way when you go to class that you won't be out of the loop and you can feel totally stress-free walking in there. My third tip is what to bring to your first day of classes. I feel like a lot of times in high school, you bring all of your stuff for one full day because your classes are all in one. For college, a lot of times your classes are spread out throughout the week, and I would recommend, if you have a laptop, bring your laptop to classes. Most of the time in college, your professors are totally fine with you taking notes on a laptop, an iPad, or any other of your technology that you may need. They'll usually preface this in the class. I have said a 5-subject notebook has pretty much worked for any of me and my friends in college. Kind of really get away with that in terms of writing, and you don't need to bring 5 different notebooks. I also think a planner will save your life, either that or using Google Calendar. You know when all of your assignments are, or to write down or jot down notes, and then any sort of writing utensil to use throughout your class. First college class, my biggest recommendation is getting there about 5 to 10 minutes early. This gives you some time and some leeway to not feel stressed about being late. You can walk in, find your seat at your leisure. I always say like second or third row. Sitting in is always like a safe bet. You can move around the classroom throughout the whole semester. It's normally not any sort of assigned seating, which is really nice. You sit down, turning to the people around you and introducing yourself, asking their year, maybe asking their major, or if they're undecided, just like asking like why they chose the school. I think it's a great way just to talk to people, get to know people. Most of the time, if you're a freshman, you're taking freshman classes or general education classes, so that'll be a great way just to get to know people. I always say it's really important to kind of create a student network on your own. Try to meet like 1 to 2 people in your class, exchange numbers, exchange Snapchats or emails, way that you can kind of contact people. Probably going to be a time in the semester where you miss a class or that you don't understand an assignment or need someone to peer review your things. And so if you have people in your class that you can rely on to kind of get you those notes or help you through the class, it's always great to have those types of people. So don't be afraid to introduce yourself. They're probably just going to be just as happy that you introduced yourself as well. I know a lot of us have experienced a kind of different year with COVID-19 and having to do online classes. With this being said, my biggest tip for you on connecting with others in a virtual classroom is making sure that you have your camera on. This is a great way so you can see other students' faces and they can see your face and identify it with your name. Another great tip is using the Zoom chat feature. I know sometimes it can be hard to actually talk to people in classes, so reaching out to people, maybe if they made a good point in class, they explained something really well, maybe that you didn't understand, or that you want to kind of just like meet up with that person or use them as a resource in that class, using the private chat feature, messaging them about that. Another great way to do this is through email, connecting with students over email, either sending out a mass email, which could be starting a group chat with everyone in the class, which is a great way to get to know people and be a resource for the full class. Biggest tip for you guys is to introduce yourselves to your professors. A lot of times professors really do want to get to know their students. They want to be resources and advocate for you guys, and they want you to do well in the course. So a lot of times it's really beneficial for you to go up to them and introduce yourself. A lot of times professors will take 5 to 10 minutes after class, just to stay after to see if people have questions. So the first day of class, walk up to them and just introduce yourself. A lot of times I'll just say, hi, my name is Caitlyn. I just wanted to come up and introduce myself and just let you know that I'm really excited to take your course. I think it's a super beneficial thing to talk to them and let them see you face to face. And that way, if you ever email them in the future, they can put a face to your name. This also works over Zoom or any virtual classes you may take in the future. What you can do is a lot of times professors wait like 2 minutes after the Zoom call ends, and you can stay after to introduce yourself over Zoom if that's what makes you comfortable. Sometimes if you're more introverted, it can be a lot easier just to introduce yourself over the private chat. Private message them right before the class is about to end, introducing yourselves at the beginning or the end of the class. And then if even then you can over email just introduce yourself, just reaching out to them in any way and just saying, again, your name, maybe your major, something you're excited about the class for, and that you just wanted to introduce yourself to them and to be a familiar face that you're really excited and want to succeed in the class. This will go a long way with professors because they'll be able to put a face to the name. You're reaching out to them because you want to do well. So I hope this video was beneficial for you guys and was able to ease some of those first day jitters that can occur for every college student, and a few other ways that can help you prepare and feel your best on your first day. So congratulations, you've made it, you're going to college, and I'm rooting for you, and good luck on the journey.